I'm Martin here. I've been producing and DJing techno mainly for over 20 years now. That's kind of what I'm known for. Got to a level in that, I guess. Kind of got my own record label, DJed around the world, etc., etc. Then moved in here, the place I'm in, about 7.5 years ago, and lo and behold, James lives literally next door. And it took us about 3 years to finally decide to do something. And then we kind of went to a rehearsal room in Bruton, near here, made some noise, and we thought, right, let's actually do some stuff. So set up a studio in my house, and that was that, really.
I think we've sort of been talking about it for quite a while, and maybe because we've got quite different backgrounds musically. So I grew up like playing classical piano, and then found a synthesizer in a music shop that I was hanging around in once, and just like immediately fell in love, and sort of carried on playing piano, but increasingly like working in music shops, demoing synths, and then getting more interested in joining bands, then ended up in studios, and found that the pressures of playing live, as we're probably about to find out, I kind of enjoyed just sitting behind the glass, and if I made a mistake, I just rewound the tape and started it again. So I got interested in sort of programming, production. And I guess, I think because we talked about music a lot, but we couldn't really work out where the sort of crossover point was. So we kind of found a sound fairly quickly. I think we
found two sounds. We do two things.
Yeah.
So we've got the Barbers Green stuff, which is the more like lo-fi downbeat stuff, and then we do kind of live, hard, like acidic techno called under the Noise Floor moniker. We've had a fair few releases under that moniker because it's more in my world, so it's contacts and I've got labels to put it out on. But the Barbers Green stuff we've done, during lockdown we did about 5-6 albums. We're on about number 7.5 now.
No, I think we've just finished number 8 in fact. So we've got we tend to, with the Barbers Green stuff, we tend to do sort of long form things. So we really like the kind of album, so it's generally a kind of hour long.
Yeah.
Made up of 10, 12 pieces maybe, but they're kind of connected together, so literally connected together with some short sort of interludes that maybe explore a kind of musical idea or a concept. But the whole, each album generally has a kind of idea behind it or a sound, and we tend to try and sort of limit the palette that we use, and limit the tempo as well. I get a nosebleed when tempos get into 3 figures, so it's very. So I'm sort of constantly pushing to see how slow we can actually get things.
And then I just double it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he wants to go 60. You end up at 120.
120. Everyone's happy. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, have you been playing live for a while now then?
Not really. We've done a few gigs as Barbers Green. We haven't done anything as Noise Floor, I don't think.
Not
anger.
Not live.
No, we're doing like podcasts and stuff, but we haven't taken that on the road yet. But we've got a few bigger releases. We've got like a few vinyl releases at the end of the year coming out for the Noise Floor, so hopefully we'll start getting some gigs with that. But this Barbers Green stuff, we've done a few little low-key things, but nothing major.
We finally plucked up the courage to take, once we'd recorded a bunch of stuff and got a sense of how we could translate that into something live. The sort of studio stuff we tend to use is built around quite unreliable, deliberately badly maintained tape machines. We really like that sort of sound of things sort of wearing out and falling apart, which is great if you've got all day to get the sound you want, but it's harder to kind of tame it for a tight 15-minute or hour-long set.
And we're quite adamant as well not to involve a laptop. We don't just want to press play and then walk away,
Yeah.
So it's all hardware, which is kind of, we've gone through quite a few different iterations of how are we actually going to do this, because there's a fine line between it being analog live, oh look at me twiddling knobs, and it actually sounding a bit crap, like So you've got to have you want to make it sound as professional as possible, but also be doing stuff rather than just pressing play on Ableton or something.
Yeah. So are there bits of kit that you think, oh, this is a little bit sketchy, but we're going to take a risk with it. We'll try it, or are there things that you think, oh no, we can't possibly take that live. It's just going to be too much of a.
But stuff like we've got a couple of Moog D-fams which are amazing, but if you just look at that funny, like the oscillators will change and stuff. So we don't bother with that. But so we've got like a Tascam tape, like 4-track thing, which works, but I don't know how long for.
Well, it's been working fine since the 80s. So it's a 4-track cassette recorder.
Oh, right.
It's got a 12-channel mixer. It's got a beautiful sound. Everything kind of squishes. It overdrives really nicely. You just get a nice bit of kind of warmth and compression. It's noisy as anything, and that's probably the riskiest piece of equipment, because every now and again, one of the channels will maybe just stop working or go noisy. We do tend to, because we like kind of ambiances running in the background that don't necessarily just want to kind of trigger samples or run stuff out of a DAW. Tend to make either tape loops or just sort of continuous. Sort of atmospheres that we can kind of fade in and out on the running from tape. Every now and again, the tape will just decide to run at double speed, so everything sounds like chipmunks. But we're still going to use it because it's on balance. Fingers crossed. When it works, it sounds fantastic, and I would say sort of 80% chance of it working fine.
We're probably the flakiest things.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Sometimes I don't